This is the first video of my new web series called Better Call Saul. We're going to be dealing with everything here, getting into medical school, what to do while you're in medical school, and then also getting into the residency that you choose, that you ultimately choose. So we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff here. I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Saul. I'm a fourth-year medical student at an MD school in New York City, I'm really here for you. I'm here to help you with any questions, with anything, with any concerns you might have. Always post on the comments. I will reply to them. But for this first video, I wanted to talk about getting into medical school. I like to keep these videos short, so we'll just talk about a couple of things to focus on about getting into medical school. So there's a few components that medical school admissions committees look for. And I actually did some work for the admissions committee at the medical school I'm at here, so I think that I'm kind of uniquely qualified to talk about it. The two things that matter the most, always, are the scores, the grades. The MCAT here and the GPA over here. And then a lot of people say, whoa, what about if I go to an Ivy League school? What if I go to the Harvards, the Penns, the Columbias? What if I go to these schools? Doesn't matter as much. Will I get into a U.S. medical school anyway? And the answer is it's not so cut and dry. Wherever you come from, you need a good GPA, right? A 3.6 or better, maybe a 3.5 or better, and a good MCAT. Now, I hear a lot of my friends saying to me, listen, I'm working so much. I have my research job. I'm doing my school. I need to get the A's. I want my high GPA. And I'm also studying for the MCAT at the same time. And to those people, I say, what are you doing? Like, what are you thinking? Okay, you need to compartmentalize things. Okay, GPA, make sure you get a nice GPA, and then MCAT, make sure you get a nice MCAT. All right, don't get bogged down by all the extracurriculars, by all the researches and everything else. You should do those things, but it should not compromise your MCAT studying time. Again, it should not compromise your MCAT studying time. You need to do well on the MCAT. You need to have a high GPA. All that other stuff comes second, okay? Listen, schools want to see research these days. They want to see community service. They want to see social, social kind of service kind of things. Working out in the community, working at clinics, helping people, going to Africa, those things. All of those things are important. But if you don't have a good MCAT, they're not going to look at that. And if you don't have a good GPA, they're not going to look at that. Your application will be bottom of the pile or even thrown out. So I'm here to make sure that that your priorities are straight. If that means taking an extra year, fine. What's a year in the scheme of things? Okay, so you want to get above that 3.6. You want to get above a 31 or better. I know that's the old scoring system. I know there's a new scoring system. Not that familiar with it, but I know there's conversion metrics. So those could always be looked up. But again, MCAT, GPA, extracurriculars, research, all of that stuff. And schools are really looking for a well-rounded applicant these days. They don't just want to see high scores. They don't just want to see those things. To get into a truly good medical school, to a top, nice medical school, you want to be well-rounded. What do you do? What hobbies do you do? What things do you do in your free time? Do you play basketball? Are you involved with your family? What other stuff are you doing? They want to see that you can be a compassionate person and not just someone who's just smart, because in medical school you need to be smart, obviously, but you need to be a good person. You want to make a difference. You want to help people. You want to be their caregiver. That's the most important thing. and you want to change things on a small level by just talking to patients, but also on a large level, research and setting up policy differences. All these things are very important. So, I think I've said enough for my first video. Better call Saul. Please ask me any questions. I will answer them. And I will be sending out a video every couple of days. If you have suggestions for videos, please let me know. I just took the Step 2 exam. I could talk about that. I could talk about the Step 1 exam. And I probably will come up with those videos anyway. And then also, if you have any questions about courses that you're going through in medical school, I just took those courses. I can help out. So please reach out to me. I'm here to help. Better call Saul. All right, see you next time.